Got a pretty calf here. All right. I don't think she likes that idea very much. Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to Northeast Wyoming, our little corner of it anyway. A little ranch that we raise beef cattle, cow-calf operation. We raise breeding herd that eventually gives us calves, which we're able to sell and turn into our own product that we sell on the ranch through the farm store, including beef jerky on the website. Thanks for coming along with me today and continuing along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. A little bit of a storm going on out here. Not much of one, little one, but I did want to come out and make sure that I got a chance to show you guys that we do get a little bit of rain. Not much, but a little bit. We average about 14 inches of rain per year, but this year I can tell you we've had less than an inch as the drought continues. A little bit of a slow day on the ranch today. Not a whole lot going on. I've got a couple cows and I'm waiting to have a calf. And but other than that, we're kind of taking it easy, and that's because we have a really busy week coming up next week. In the upcoming week, we've got a ton of stuff going on. In fact, Beckart Fencing is going to be back here on the ranch. You remember those guys from last year? They were here at Ranch Roundup. Lots of fun. Keith is going to be back on the ranch, and we're going to be taking a look at deer fencing, and that's all on the way happening next week, which really gives me an incentive to not start any big projects right now, because we've got a great big one on the way. So right now what I'm doing is out checking the cows, but not only that, I'm also checking the feed for the cows, because at this point we're pretty much done feeding them all together. We've got a few bales left over from winter. We've got maybe like 3 left in the hay yard, 3 or 4, and then maybe 10 or 15 bales left up close to the house. And those bales are actually earmarked for the bulls and for steers that we're finishing for butcher. So the cows out here, they're pretty much on their own from here until November or December. A light drizzle of rain coming down, which I gotta say feels really, really nice. Knocking down the dust, as we like to say, but it is helping with the grass. We could use definitely a lot more rain, and until you've lived through a drought, and I know I never had, and if I had, I didn't even realize it before we came to the ranch. I didn't care about how much rain we got. In fact, I saw rain as more of an inconvenience, but as Luke Bryant likes to say, rain is definitely a good thing, and we look forward to it every chance we can get. And any rain is good rain. I was going to say no rain is bad rain, but any rain is good rain. And as it continues to fall out here, this is what we like to see. But these soaking rains, honestly, I would like to see them last for hours. It's not going to. We have that single cloud that you can see up above us, but as we take a look over this direction, it's nothing but clear skies. And of course, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as the wind's going to keep on blowing this stuff to the northeast. So we are out here today not only checking cows. We got a couple cows that I think are going to calve today, I'm hoping, but we are in the process of actually making sure that these cows have enough to eat over the next few weeks until we get into branding, which will happen in June, and we'll end up bringing everybody back home, and we can start after that moving everybody down towards summer pastures. So we basically have the very basics of a rotational grazing system that happens here, because most of our rain that we're going to get for the entire year happens in April and May. After June, anything that the cows eat, it's not going to grow back. Anything that we cut for hay, not going to grow back. We get one cutting for hay, and that's if we get a single cutting. So basically, rotational grazing really doesn't work very well here because we don't get any regrowth. So what we're hoping for and how we manage our grazing patterns here is that we rotationally graze cows from pasture to pasture, and then bring them back at the end of summer through those pastures again a little bit faster, where we can clean up and catch anything that might have been left over from the previous grazing. So these cows and these number of calves that we have going on out here, we're up to about 75, 76 calves, something like that. These calves out here, oh, I'm getting rained on, are definitely ready to move on to the next pasture. You can see the grass out here. There's not a whole lot left. And it really wasn't even given a chance. This pasture we use for calving, and very much so. It's very. There's not much to it. It doesn't have much to it. It's not going to grow really tall. We see it'll grow a little bit after the cows leave at the end, middle of June or so, when we start kicking them back towards summer pasture. I love the sound of thunder. We'll start kicking these guys back a little bit, but until then, like I said, we have to make sure that they've got enough grass to eat. And we do have a little bit of a backup area that we can move them into if we need to, and that's what we're going to do today. And we call it the cut across, and it's a quick part of the ranch. It's not very big. It's only a few hundred acres, but what we use it for is moving the cows across hay fields without having to obviously move them across hay fields. We can move them around hay fields. So we're going to open that up today for the cows and give them a chance to get up there and eat some new fresh grass rather than scrounging down on this stuff, because we are done feeding them. It's time for them to start fending for themselves. So on board the gator here, and I don't know if you can see it out the back, but on board the gator, we've got a few bags of cake. This is a special kind of cake. It's not the normal cake that we give the cows. It's actually magnesium infused cake, which is something that they're not really getting out of the grass right now, that they do need. So we are going to kind of lure them up to where we need them to be with this cake, and hopefully we can do that with just the gator, and hopefully them seeing what we have on here. So we are lucky because the calves are actually, and the cows are moving somewhat in the direction that we want them to go. It looks like our rain is already winding down, but that's okay. They'll hopefully follow us to where we need to go. Hey kiddo, how are you? Can you tell your friends I got cake on board? There's a few of them that have figured it out already. But the big problem is that we have to move these cows from here way up there. We're about a quarter mile from the gate that we need to get to. So I do have a couple new things that I have installed. Well, one new thing that I have installed onto the gator here, which may help us out with this situation. It's been a long time since I've done this, but with the old gator, I used to have a horn on it, and I could use that horn to call the cows and get them to where I needed them to be. And just last night, just for kicks and grins, I went ahead and installed another horn onto the new gator. So let's check it out and see if it gets any of these cows' attention. Well, we got some following us. It's not a bad start. I should have brought my sunglasses. I kind of thought the rain might last a little bit longer, but it did not. So I am just going to take the cows that we have here following us along. Oh, look at that. We have a rear view mirror. Look at that. You can see the cows in the rear view mirror coming at us. We're going to try to lead these cows up to what I was talking about, the cut across, so that they can get in on some new grass. We'll also take a look at a couple of the close by hay fields here and see what the hay is looking like. Honestly, it doesn't look like much yet, but being able to move these cows, I think will help them out a little bit and help us out also. So, all right, so over there in that windbreak, I think that might be one of our new calves. We're gonna have to swing back by and check that out. See who that is over there. You can see him. I think the cows are kind of giving up on me. They're like, how far are you going to lead us? We're going to head up this way. So I said we'd take a look at a hay field, and I guess we're just as close as any. This is one of our hay fields here. This is about a 70-acre hay field. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of growth going on yet. But the hope is that if we can get continued rain, and we'll be harvesting this field in July, more than likely. But if the rain continues, if it doesn't, then we're SOL, but such is life, I guess. You know, there's one thing that I figured out a long time ago, and I think a lot of farmers and ranchers, I don't know if they feel this way, but maybe you should, that, you know, there are certain things in life that are completely out of your control. Not many things. I like the fact that I believe that a majority of my life I am in control of. That maybe there is a such thing as fate, but you can definitely control your own fate. I believe that. But there are a few things that are completely out of your control that you have no control over. And one of those big things is weather. I have no control over the weather. I have no control over how much it rains. Now, the only control that I do have is traveling. If I don't like the weather in one place, I can go someplace else, but that's the only control that I have over the weather at all. So I think we lost our cows. I was philosophizing and lost the cows. Come on, cows. You shake the bag. The cows that have good hearing, they hear you. Shaking the bag. And here they come. Hey, you're a little wet. There comes blonde cow. See her back there? Chugging along. 15-year-old cow. She's right in the lead of everything around here. Usually if there's mischief or food, she'll be right there in the front lines. Well, come on, guys. They came that far and then they stopped. So will the cows be thrilled to be moved into a new little field with some new grass? And I think they would be. I think I'd be happy to go somewhere else. And if I was trapped and couldn't move out of 400 acres, and I always feel better whenever I travel farther back on the ranch. So I think the cows kind of feel the same way. But there is definitely that nice thing about being home also. And we always talk about having the cows at home, and throughout summer they head down to summer pasture. They're moving with the grass, and until they're back home, it does feel a little empty around the place. All right, now when we get up to this field, don't be expecting any miracles. No 4 foot, 3 foot, or 2 feet of grass up here, but there is more grass than there is in this field where the cows are now. So it'll help them out. It'll get them a little bit more nutrition, and it gives them a little bit more space to stretch their legs. Only a few hundred acres more, but I think it's definitely worth it to them. We are going to cake them into this new little pasture here that we're moving them into. We're also going to drive the fence really quick just to make sure there's not any major gaping holes that I have to deal with. I probably should have done that ahead of time actually, but that's okay. We'll take care of it, and if there is anything, we'll get back and fix it back up. So we are now here at our gate, and like I said, the grass is not really a whole lot better on the other side of the fence. It never is, right? But it's something. Oh. Hey, blonde cow. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. A few of them found the gate. We're gonna pull through. We're gonna put our cake up in here. Hey guys, come on. Move your butt. I guess that's another good thing the horn's for. All right, we're gonna, oh, whoa, hey, move. All right, we're gonna head up here just a little ways. We're gonna put this cake out for these guys. Obviously a lot more cows down there still waiting for something. All right, so there we go. We put out 250 pounds of food. It's about, what, 2.5, maybe 2.5 pounds per cow. So that works out pretty good and gets them moved up here into this new pasture, which they're still working on, but they'll get up here eventually. Hey, Cracker Jack, how are you? How you doing? I don't have any more cake. Did you eat it all? Did you eat all the cake? You ate all your cake. Go find some more. There's more back there. Yeah, just go. All right, what we have to do now is just take a little cruise, low gear, a little cruise around this pasture and the fence lines just to make sure that everything's secure. And then we should be good to go. And the cows will be happy up here and safe and secure. So the one nice thing about this field, and then what we call the cut across field, is that it's surrounded on all sides by our own land. So if something does happen to break out of here, it's not the end of the world. They're not on the neighbor's place. We don't have to worry about anything like that. But they will be into hay fields. So over here, this is a hay field on this side. This is a 160-acre hay field. And then on the other side, up over this hill and down that way, is another 140 acres, 150 acres of hay field over there. And all that hay goes directly towards what feeds these guys in the wintertime that we're just now running out of, even though we didn't have to buy hay this year because we didn't hay last year due to drought. But here's to hoping that we get more of that west stuff from the sky. There's more over that way, but that's the stuff that just went past us. It's already cruising that way. We're waiting for more coming from this direction, which I don't see a whole lot, but next 4 to 5 days of forecast, they do show some rain. So this is always good, and we'll happily take it. There's a new calf right there. Has not been tagged, number 162. We're gonna have to get around there and tag that calf really quick. That one snuck out on us. I don't know where that calf came from, but that's okay. We can get it. So the cows, obviously, now coming up into this pasture, and the nice thing about it is that with them up here, they actually lay off of this pasture a little bit more, and hopefully give this pasture a chance to recover a little bit. And maybe even if with continued rain, we'll get some growth back out of this before we hit that June and July threshold of nothing's growing after that point. So, all right, we're gonna swing down here and see if we can tag this calf really quick. Let me make sure I've got a tag in my gun, which I do. And this is 162 in her calf. Let's see if I can swing up here and get this done without Mom freaking out too much on me. I should have had some extra cake with me. Hi, Mom. How you doing? Got a pretty calf here. All right. I don't think she likes that idea very much. We're gonna see if we can catch up to them and maybe cut them off. I wish I had a little bit of cake left over for you, Mom, but I don't. All right, she's definitely not down with this whole tagging thing today. That's okay. Not the end of the world. I learned a long time ago that if you don't get it tagged, you know, so be it. We're gonna bring them all in at branding anyway. So, might just give them a break here. But she does have a calf, and it looks like it's a heifer. So we're gonna say, I'm just gonna write it down here so I've got it noted. 162, 5, what is today's date? 13. All right. Okay. They're still moving away from us. I don't know if that was the same cow that I saw down here in the windbreak, so we're gonna swing down that way. Actually, I'm gonna swing over here and see if she'll let me get near her calf again. Nope, she's gonna leave us. Hey, can I have you? Nope, 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 nope. Okay, you know what? Fine. We're gonna swing back down here by this windbreak and see if that was her that we saw earlier. Let the rest of these cows keep on moving up there towards that new pasture and some new little bit of cake. Well, there's a bunch of calves down here now. Hey kids, is this the hangout? Seems to be. My breath must stink or something. They're all taken off. Alrighty guys, that's it for us today. The cows are moved into greener pastures, as are we, because as the spring and summer continues, we move farther and farther into the ranch as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. You can catch new videos from us on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Coming up next week, Beckart's going to be here. We are going to be taking a look at some all new kinds of fencing, as well as some deer fencing and all kinds of good stuff. Just about dropped the camera there. And we're going to really dive into a whole bunch of work on the way. So make sure you stick around for that. Also, more from calving. We've got branding on the way. Ranch Roundup is coming up. Tickets are still available for that. If you would like to visit the ranch yourself, head on over to our website, ourwyominglife.com, and check out the details there. So until Tuesday, I'll see you again, unless it's on Facebook or Instagram. And until then, have a great week, and thanks for being a part of our Wyoming life. There's a brand new calf right down there. That one belongs to number 4. She's one of the ones I was waiting to have a calf. let's head on down there and get that one tagged, hopefully. And while we were out dilly-dallying around, she was off having her calf. I think she's a nice cow. Hey, Mama. Mama, hey. Hey, I brought you some cake here. Oh yeah, you made a cute baby. Come here, baby. Come here. Hey, settle down. Just a little bit. Hey. Dang you, come on. There you go. Oh, and it's a boy. Good girl. We'll see you later, guys.